Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ellison, and from Grand Central Tower, I'd like to welcome you back to Breath of the Wild. Today, we are going to be pivoting ever so slightly from our regularly scheduled programming in the pursuit of more shrines and treasure than we know what to do with. Good God, get off my back. In between recording sessions, I looked over the adventure log a little bit, and I perused the map, and I made quite the startling discovery. There is something interesting in the Regencia River that I'd love to explore, and apparently there are some submerged temple ruins that might be hiding a very specific Twilight artifact. And considering we just picked up Xant's helmet, which looks incredible as hell, I thought this would be as good an opportunity as any to check that out. So I'm going to go and try to get some better vantage points here for a moment, see if we can't get our bearings straight. But in between recording sessions, it has been a few days. I have been keeping up with my daily bonuses, which explains why I have yellow hearts and a cheese wheel next to my stamina. And it's really nice to have those on backup just in case we run out. And it's just, you know, a good contingency to have just in case. But there was indeed one blood moon right after I stopped recording, and I may have popped a few amiibo here and there for some bomb arrows, but that is about it. And this flagpole is a lot higher than I thought it would be. Thankfully, our friend the Koroks are here, and will I make it without cutting into my cheese? Probably not. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use one of my baby licks, and yeah, this one, I don't even remember where I got it, but I'll take that. So, because you can't recover your yellow stamina or hearts. Oh God, freaking guardian over there. But we can go and make note of that. And there's another one that I think is close to that, but we're going to be heading off towards the west over here. So let's go and recruit new Korok buddy, and see if anything good can come of this coalition of mines. Because near the Giant's Forest and near where it says the Regencia River, there's this shallow area here. And I would be kind of amazed if this isn't what we were looking for, but this game does have some very obscure secrets and hints in them. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is not where we needed to go. So I won't worry about that too much. We'll also maybe explore a little bit, see what happens. I think I was cutting some grass and I found another fairy, and I was like, ooh, that's fun. I didn't think I could find a third, just out of nowhere. But it'll definitely come in handy when exploring this area, as well as collecting hardy truffles. This rare mushroom has a rich scent. Cook it to increase your maximum hearts, temporarily. Well, thank you for that. There also seems to be a lovely flower here, indicating to me that there are Koroks nearby. This is cozy. This is pretty neat. Oh, I should mention, because of the blood moon, that black Hinox that we killed before, he has returned, and I killed him without taking a single hit again. So we have some extra supplies from Hinoxes, and those will hopefully come into play soon enough. But for now, another friend has been added to my pants. Thank you. Lovely 64. Some acorns here. And let's keep on going. And I love it when the sun is just setting. It's so beautiful. Especially when you play with like an LED light strip at the back of your TV that matches what's going on in the game. It's just to absolutely die for. I've had one for like 5 years and I never stop talking about it. Certain games are so good. Oof. And we've also got ourselves more keys. Thank you for joining me and allowing me to recruit your eyeballs in the middle of a thunderstorm. But welcome, my friends, to the Sage Temple Ruins. This is going to be very interesting because this very well could be where we learn the novel concept of thunderstorms. If you happen to have anything electronic on your persons, whatever you do, take it off as fast as you can. The game is kind enough to let you know with these little lightning bolts, what is conductive. And so all you have to do is take it off. It applies for your bows and your shields, which it seems like we're fine here. This one's made of wood. And maybe even some pieces of armor. I don't entirely remember that, but I feel like that was indeed a thing. And avoid taking massive amounts of damage because this game, look at this. Oh my God. Sure, it's telegraphed pretty damn easily, but it's also scary as hell. Jesus. There's a Lizzlefuss up there. Are you an archer? Because I kind of hope not. Looks like there's another one up there as well. I don't like this. I might just go and take him out first. But this is why we have the safety hearts, so that we can feel a bit more comfortable exploring this area and hopefully not dying. I think they can pick up metallic items and also be struck by lightning, so that's really funny. But I'm just gonna be kind of careful here. Can he notice me? Almost wonder. I'd love for him to turn around. You could also just, you know, take your weapon out for a second and then go to town. I've been wanting to use some of my elemental weapons so that we can start using some of these other ones to better effect. So, I'll do this. And does he see me? Or will he turn around? Will he blend? Well, just so that I don't accidentally catch lightning. Thank you. And he's done. I'll just go ahead and get rid of that now, so I do not get in trouble with Mother Nature. And he had a soldier's bow. That is not promising. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of scary sometimes, especially when you're slipping down. Oh yeah. I might need to, well, I could snipe him. I think one of your bows, yeah, that might not be too bad actually. I'll just sneak up behind him. He doesn't know I'm here, right? Oop, okay. Great shot. Ooh, and the sneak strike. Take it off before I get shocked. Like an electric eel. Ooh, and shock arrows. Yeah, I did run a couple of amiibo off screen, and mostly just for bomb arrows, and I think I re-upped on my bow just in case. But I wanted to be very cognizant about not getting too many good things, you know. So with Magnesis, we'll take a look around, try to find some treasure. Looks like we have some rusted items around. But oh my god, there would be a freaking Octorok. He's trying to go to town on me, this gentleman as well, which I'm not looking forward to fighting, which is why we'll just go and do this. So Boko weapons are pretty valid because most of the time they're made of, well, wooden bones. And we can pick those up to do some damage in a heartbeat. Also, Moblin arm. Let me just do this. Gentle. Yeah, that guy's just going to be harassing us this entire time, I fear. You want to be careful because chests can also be struck by lightning, and that's terrifying because they go flying at you, and they can knock your ass out if you're not careful. So I'm going to try and just, oops. Not quite what I was aiming for, but something died over here. Did that Korok get what he deserved? I think he did. He got struck by lightning for being an asshole. I mean, that's crazy. Well, that's why we keep our head low. I should maybe consider, I don't know, taking this helmet off, but it is so freaking cool. I love this thing. Oh man, I'm kind of scared. I don't think I've ever been just struck by lightning out of nowhere in this game, but leave it to me to be proven wrong with a knight's halberd. I'm all right, actually. Don't mind me. But let me take a look at the adventure log here, because it was this one right here. So it's Midna's helmet, that's right. Can be found at the temple ruins soaked in the waters of Regencia, which I feel like is exactly where we are. So if I take too long to find this, then I might consider just editing just a bit. But I do like looking around and seeing what goods may surround us. Like over here. Okay. We just got some standard stuff and a hidden chest. Give it to me. Please, oh please. Ladies and gentlemen, Midna's helmet. It's a rather rare find. Guardian Resist Up. I don't think I've ever had this one before, but that's very interesting. It gives us a lot of defense, which is cool, but man, oh, that's amazing. I love that. You get like the ponytail. I don't know, man. I think I'll probably stick with my outfit right now. I kind of like it. It fits in all the right ways. And, wow. That was amazing. We found another treasure. Ooh, looks like a nice little puzzle over there for us to solve. And the storm has subsided. Right at the perfect moment for us to finish our exploration. But I'll take another quick skim around here. I don't think there's really much else for us to do. If that was the only thing I was looking for. Granted, I don't mind looking just a bit more. But I would like that Korok. I just want to make sure we also don't get snuck up on, as I have a tendency of having had happen to me in the past. Yeah, it just seems like a lot of barrels and not a lot of treasure, which is fine. We're back to where we started. I think we picked up like, what, 3 chests? So that's pretty good in my book. I don't know. There's probably like at least a Korok around here. I'm surprised we didn't see, like, maybe it's in the tree or it's on like a, sometimes they'll put them on the ledge, but let me check this tree. Because it usually, I just feel like there are rules to this game that need to be adhered by. And if there's not a Korok here, then I'm simply not looking hard enough, right? But if we don't find it, it's not a big deal. I'll just have to come back and seek it in shame at some other point. But yeah, just the 2 gentlemen, huh? And speaking of, right as I was thinking it, I was like, maybe there's like a stone that we had left unturned as I'm slipping and sliding off this thing. Some of the slopes in this game are gnarly, man. Give me that. Please and thank you. Another Korok for our friends. Thank you. All right, well, I think that's probably as good as we're gonna get. This guy, oh, he dropped the Moblin Spear. Like many Moblin weapons, it's sloppily made, but this one packs some respectable piercing power. Yeah, I can tell. Yeah, let me get out of here. I hate wading through water because you can't really run. Again, you're expending far more resources in trying to get somewhere than you are, you know, getting there in a timely fashion. You might as well just not waste your stamina. So I do want to explore a little bit of the Giant's Forest, but let me go and take a look over here. Looks like there's like a shadow. You know, oh, there is. Actually, wait a minute. Oh, that's to complete the treasure. All right, or the puzzle for the treasure. Why not? We'll do this over here, and this one should be pretty easy. Don't worry, I do plan on getting quite on track with all of our upgrades, but thanks to the power of magnesis, I was able to have this slightly spoiled. Oh, you know, I also stocked up a lot on the Staminoka, like in between the dueling peaks. That's where you find a bunch of them. So that definitely worked out in our favor. Is this the right? Actually, that seems incorrect. Let me just go and you can also just, there you go. Just wiggle it around and see if it's worth it. Another Korok seed for the books. And we'll see what happens. Head on back this way. Probably, yep. Break the initial one. We'll head up here. So I'm interested in seeing on how well Midna's helmet is going to work out for us, because so far I haven't really done much in terms of fighting guardians. In between recording sessions, I should mention, I went back to the Abbey near where we got the bombs and that trial and shrine. And as it turns out, it's pretty easy to practice on those guys since they're immobile and doing your perfect guards. So I'll probably end up going and doing that a few more times for more resources, but it's not imperative that we do so. All right, well, Long Sage Temple Ruins, that was a really cool area. I mean, it's very simple, but especially when it started raining, that's when it was like freaking me out a little bit. Ooh, what was that sound? Sounded unpleasant a little bit. Oh my god. And there's another freaking Hinox, man. Are you kidding me? Oh, and there's a bunch of horses here. Are you gonna wake them up? I really hope not. Alright, shall we? Do we dare? I think we must at this point. Time to break the old fierce deity out of retirement, and I'll also maybe consider, yeah, the old Knight's Claymore. This one looks like he does have shin guards. But I was watching the footage of me fighting him the first time, and he literally, with the flick of his wrist, knocked my ass out, left me with a quarter heart, and that was insane. So I will try to avoid that in the future. Also, just in case, I need to make sure I put my bow back on. Whoop, okay. Now he's awake. Oh, shit. Okay, well, I may have goofed on that, but that's all right, because I actually like him without him being aware that I can mess his eye up. Oh, here we go. Thank you. Run, or maybe don't run. And the slam, the grand slam. That was right above the eyebrows. Oh, shoot. Nope, I need the quick shot for that. Oh my god, I'm stuck on a log. Yeah, let's go and climb on the underturned log, please. I swear to god, I took that last guy out so much easier than this. And he's done. I promise in the future, I won't just always put on my armor because I do like the V-Bays more than most, but it goes a very long way when you put on these status enhancing outfits. So I guess we'll keep that in mind as I pick up my guts, my toenail, a couple of roasted bird thighs. The outside is crispy, but the inside is juicy. Eat it to recover hearts. And anytime a blood moon happens, I'll probably end up going around and doing the rounds on these Hinoxes just on my own time because they do give a veritable supply of their materials, and I think it would be a good idea, you know, but just not show it in every single episode, you know. But they are fun to fight, and I just will find some way to outdo myself in how terribly I perform against them in every capacity. Such as with the Amaranth. All right, I feel like I've always read that as Amaranth. Well, this can be used to raise your defense when cooked into a dish. I don't appreciate you fellas here. Yeah, I'll skip on that. We'll stick with this one for now. Throw on some bombs. How much are we doing here? Not a lot. All right, well, I'll leave. So let's see where we are right now. So north of the Giants Forest, we got to pass through Mount Gustav, and then head up here where there are several pins. That's lovely. And then I'm pretty sure there's one more like in here, or maybe it's in this one. So we'll check that out. There's the armory that's nearby on this side, I think, as well, or it might be clear up here. I have very little recollection of this area. I feel like it was one of the things that I accidentally skimmed over before beating the game. And I was like, you know, let me just give Ganon the old shot here. And then before you know it, once I beat it, I was like, well, that's that, I guess. There's like that. Man, I really should have called Epona, but that's all right. If you scan your amiibo card, you will be able to instantly teleport her to you, but there is a piece of horse armor that you can put on a horse to have them teleport to you at any point, regardless of where they are, and that's very helpful. But for a lot of the horses that you'd be using it on, not exactly the most viable because the legendaries sometimes can't wear other saddles and bridles and whatnot, so that's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, it looks like that bridge is just totally being guarded. So I'm glad we're not going in that direction. But Mount Gustav. I mean, I might be talking out my ass here, but a little disappointing. Ooh, hello. It's our friends, the minis. Not bad. I'll just go ahead and snag you up. Thank you. Looks like you had a friend over here too. So how about we do this? I think they need to be out of the ground. They don't really seem to care much about being exploded, though. Thank you. We'll certainly take more Amba. Looked like an Octorok over there, too. Scaring the hell out of me. Alright, let's actually move on with our lives. So we've got to be close. Oh, right. The Sentinels. One of the reasons why you'd want to be very careful exploring this place is because these guys will probably try to wreck your business, but we'll see how that goes. There's also this down here. This is interesting. I might... Is it? Oh no, of course there would be someone patrolling. So, relative to where we are, it's in that nook over there. So I think I kind of went off course just a bit, but that's alright. Doesn't really look like there's much around here anyway. But let me see. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes I forget you can see your pins in a very specific way through your scope. I just don't think to do it often. Oh, God. All right, let's do it. Maybe I'll look over this place a little later. But for now, we shall go to our next shrine. Not get bullied by any guardians, thank you. For turning the other cheek, I fear. Oh boy. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. Yeah. Man, how have we been recording for more than 20 minutes already? Jesus, I'm so sorry. I am somebody who likes to take my time, but over time, as I've been making videos, I try to be more cognizant of not wasting people's time all that much. And so, I try not to dwell too much where I normally would. Like when I was exploring the graveyard of guardians and searching through all of their corpses, I tried not to do too much of that, even though that's how I normally play. But this is a project where I wanted to commit more so to how I usually play these kinds of games than just trying to make something where I get to one place as quickly as possible, then another, you know? But here we have Katachuki. Interesting. What did you just call me? You know, I was really excited starting this recording session off because I got myself a nice warm cup of coffee and now it's cooled. I did not think that we were gonna find a combat trial here, but at least it's only a minor test of strength. So there are 3 tiers to this, the easiest being minor, next being moderate, and of course, a major test of strength. We'll fight against a generic scout, and I actually think they get easier as it goes on, but this is definitely where you're going to want to reconsider your equipment and putting on whatever you think is necessary. The long blade, I think, is pretty close to being broken. I think we're actually in a pretty good position. So I'm gonna throw on just some easy pants to do some extra damage. And let's see what we got here for our first combat trial. All right, well, luckily for us, all he has is but a simple spear, which means he is going to try to shoot at us. Sir, how dare you? I will retaliate with a flurry rush of my own. I can't believe you would do this. So as far as his moveset is concerned, when he jumps back like that, I think he'll try to spin attack us, which is kind of not the worst thing in the world. But because I have a two-handed weapon, it does hit him back pretty often. Is he gonna do it again, or is he... Oh, he's got his little updraft move, huh? Yeah, this one's actually really nice. So we get in there, and when he looks in our direction, we go and pop him in the face, and then we hopefully finish him, or at least try to do some damage. He's almost done. And if he does his Deus Ex attack, which he won't, we'll be fine. Whew. Not too bad, if you ask me. But as the camera struggles to find its way back, all we get are a couple of dinky screws for that. I also don't think we necessarily need the Guardian Spear, so I'm not going to worry about that. Let's just get out of here and note that in future battles, they will be a lot more aggressive. I think one of them has like a last-ditch hyper beam attack that is very scary to deal with. Some of these arenas won't have pillars for them to crash into or for you to use as a deterrent, so yeah, keep that in mind, I suppose. But let's go and claim our treasure. The Royal Halberd. The spear was issued to the knights who guarded Hyrule Castle's throne room. Its ornate design was applied by a craftsman in service to the royal family. Man, as much as I'd love to keep that in my inventory, you know, I was expecting this to die. This thing has actually survived a lot longer than I thought it would, because I think I did kill a few enemies off screen for that as well. You know, the Flame Blade, as much as I would love to continue showing this, there are better versions of it, and just when you smack enemies and light them on fire, it's a very cool effect, but sadly, we'll have to save that for another day, and we'll let the Thunder Blade live in our inventory a bit, so we'll take it. I don't think this is a unique weapon, but still nice to have, right? So thank you for that. Go and re-equip that, and I actually want to stick into something a little comfier. We'll go back to that, or the Trousers of Time, sure, just to really, I don't know, mix it up a bit. I don't think we need to worry about the cold for a while, so we'll stick with that, and skedaddle on out of here. Yeah, this coffee is still just a little not warm. But we have our 10th spirit orb, and considering there's already one in Kakariko, then that would be great for us to get our 3rd upgrade, since that also happens to be where we can pray to a goddess statue and get some containers or vessels. So, very fun time, and thank you for reminding me about Master Mode. Okay, well, I certainly do not want to tempt fate, but we're going to keep on heading north just a little bit, and maybe not mess around too much here along the perimeter of the castle, because while there might be some pretty decent things, like a treasure chest, I do not want the sentinels to notice me. That would be just pretty terrible news. Risking my life and limb for 5 fire arrows? Come on, man. Oh my god. Also, these guys just coming out of the woodwork, or I guess the stonework. Are they masons? God damn. Get out of here. Leave me be. Because I think there are a couple of sentinels that roam around here too. But we should be hopefully fine. Yeah, there he is. Yeah. Occasionally you can go inside of these barricades and blockades, and there will be some pretty nice items just around and whatnot. Uh-oh, that sounded bad. But at least there's treasure in here. Making it nice and worth it for the bomb arrows. Man, I really should be using those way more often. I think I'm pretty stockpiled at the moment, but I like to save them for stone taluses and whatnot. So, let me see if I can get a better vantage point here. And, excuse me? Oh my god, there is actually... I beg your pardon. Thank you. I was gonna say, maybe there's a Korok at the top here, but maybe now I don't want to check. I don't want to waste my time. It's like a little lake over here. Yeah, that guy will definitely see you. Their AI is just like wonky enough that they'll see you through fences, but they won't see you when you're like right behind them. Good Lord, Fisher. What about down over here? Looks like we have a stone circle. That's always fun. But we also have one of these. Huh? Why is that there? There's like a... Is there a treasure there as well? Alright, well, let me just go ahead and toss this overboard. How lucky will I get? Oh, come on, come on! Oh, that would have been so cool. Yeah, that being there is a little suspicious. And you know what they say. You cannot be suspicious. Don't be suspicious, even. Another Korok who is thrilled to be saved? Thank you. I appreciate it.